comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight?
Ready? Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Backs them into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Not much drive to work with that. Taking stock. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Burnout is triggered. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 chases them down. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Grabs them, knockdown, and takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Both players all out of drive gauge. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. What's the next move? Player 2 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Oh, good finishes with the throw. Player 1 on the board first with the win. He'll want to keep the pressure on. A huge punish counter right in the opening seconds of this round. Gets the combo. Hits him with a stopping pop. Player 2 will have to deal with experiencing burnout. Throws them forward and maintains the corner game. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Goes for the jump in, bends the meter. In there! That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Nice cross-up. Grabs him. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 1 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Knockdown. Goes for the super art. The super art finds its mark. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Experiencing burnout. Checks with a medium. Gets him. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Looking for a chance. The throw missed. Throws a fireball. They were right to be on guard there. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Breaks the block with a throw. Going in, experiencing burnout. Burnout activates. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Sets up with the jump in. Give me a super art. The super doesn't hit. Just goes for it at this range. That's not gonna hit. Player 2 is not in a good place health-wise, but with the super art in play, oh, what's this? A daring impact to wrap up the round. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight?
Ready?
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Oh, whiffs the drive impact. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. They need to hold out. Player 1, in that dangerous burnout state, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Shoots off a fireball up close. They're barely hanging in there. Can they hold out any longer? Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. Did well to get the buff in there. Gets him. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Lands a punish counter for the first hit. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Parries to cut him off. Avoids the wall spot. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. A quick breather. Checks with a medium kick. Sandblast. Jumps. Side switch in the corner. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Now they can use drive. Uses their drive gauge. That's a big gap. Who's going to close? Hits him with a stop and block. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Connects with the throw. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Such a lovely face.
What a finish! Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Did well to get the buff in there. Player one chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player one is just about out of drive after that. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. Shows the medium kick. Pokes with a medium kick. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Knockdown and... Player one has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to KO! Player one with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Medium kick hits. Sandblast! Player two creates a good corner opportunity. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side kick. This is the grab. There's the wall strike. They can't do anything now. Both fighters planning something? Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Gets the jump in. Burnout activates. Player two has the chance to win the round of a fireball at that range. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Connects with medium kick. The super armor does its job. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Knockdown. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Did well to get the buff in there. Throws them to negate the block. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. Getting into the end game now. It's getting tense. Rising uppercut. The pressure is so intense here. All right, what's coming up? KO! Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Can't tech the throw. Risky up-close scrap still going. Jumps in. Going in. Drive gauge gap here. Player one hits him with a stop and pop. Experiencing burnout. Player one in dire straits with burnout. All the throw connects. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. But they're going for the super art. This may turn into a big chance. Player one can't use any drive moves. Got stunned. They gotta get in there. Player two with the rhythm owning that space. And what a finish! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
All right. Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Easily escaped. These two fighters are perfectly synced. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. What's the play here? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Can't tech the throw? I can't keep track of these corner switches. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 chases them down. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 needs to hold out until their drive just goes for it and just in there. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jumping. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Player 2 rising uppercut. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 can't use any drive plus out the parry. Perfect read with the drive parry. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a connects with the throw. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corners. Fire coming through. Like closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Denies the jump in. A trade. No one. A jump drops them hard. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Throws them. Betting it all on the drive round. What's next? Both are willing to risk it for the overdrive. Player 2 can't let this slip. There's the burnout. They are in a real bad situation here. Trips them with a critical one. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. A lot of pressure building up here. Oh, grabs them! Ugh, take a seat! Player 2 is in a bad dumps them! Player 1 clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Throw leaves him. Oh, what's this? They can't squander this punish counter chance. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. The fighters are matching each other move for move going into the midway point of the match. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Goes for the super art. Vulcan blast. Player 1 turn this. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Knockdown and KO. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They trade hits, and now that drive impact is blocked. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their tomahawk buster, scrapping it out up close. Player 1 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. Rising uppercut. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Shows the medium kick. Oh, hits them with a stop and pop. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Throw escape. Gotta be careful not to whip at going on the offensive. Gets it's a good spot to use the super. Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill it or not. It's too much. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Can't tech the throw. Stays cool and counters. Impressive reactions there. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Knockdown. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Takes a trip. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. not a good thing. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 2 chases them down. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Throws them. What's next? All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? That was a well-placed projectile. Player 1 hits them the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Bending that drive gauge. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Throws them to negate the block. Springs forward with a drive rush. The properties that attacks get from a drive rush make them a great tool for creating chances like that. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. They return to center stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. Grabs and throws them away. Both fighters planning something? There's an overdrive arc. Impaler incoming. Goes for the throw. A quick breather. Drive rush to keep it going. Player 2 has the deck stacked against them. Can they top off the tank and scores the win? Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.